So I wasn't going to do a video on this, but after being prompted by a follower, I thought it actually might be good to kind of tie up all the loose ends on this door project. And we began with the electrical, and I'll review that a little bit with you too here. So you can see we obviously have a new exterior light on the door. And today, or yesterday actually, we were working on the casings on the inside. So let's take a look at what we did here. We're going to put this on an extra wide angle so we can see. That's about as wide as we get. So here we can see the electrical. We've got a light on the ceiling, and we removed the light that was stuck to the wall over there and all that janky electrical. So first things with the door here, you'll notice that this header, this bottom part was ripped out when we took the jamb, so I had to get a skill saw, and I didn't actually follow my line here, which is showing off my bad craftsmanship. But this will be a paint grade job here, so we'll fill the gaps and paint this, put that piece of wood in. We used Douglas fir again. I had to mill down 2x4s or 2x6s to get this 4 1/4 inch wide piece. It's 3/4 inch thick. There was nothing to grab onto here, really. We had the door jamb and then a big void, and then we had the brick. And so we had to stick some pieces of wood on the jamb to nail. You can see the nail holes here where we nailed the casing to that. This side, we had to make the piece thick enough to fit in the void there. It's kind of an odd size. You can also see I used a fir strip here to wrap around because there was a big gap that existed there. This side piece here, and this is because my jamb installation wasn't perfect. You can see there's a piece of trim in there. Now it starts out fine at the top and then starts to get a little bigger, and then my trim piece fit in there. I had an accident with the table saw earlier, and I lost my confidence in using the table saw to cut a thin piece like this after turning another piece of casing into a missile. So after that broke the sound barrier and spooked me, I'm like, I'm going to use a handsaw. So I ripped this whole trim piece that's filling the gap there with by hand. On the electrical, this is one of the tough parts about working with old buildings, is we had to cut into the lath and plaster and chase the wires up. There's a fire block right here we had to drill through and then chase that up into the attic. So I was crawling around in the attic to get that light put in. Also, that's where we ran the electrical for the light outside, down through this channel and into that box. And got an 18-inch bit and put it on my hammer drill, and we blasted right through the brick wall to make room for that electrical. So this is the interior door, and it is finished and ready for paint. And we will patch the walls up, and we will be in good shape.